And then as soon as they come outside, instead of him, you know, he knows that his son's in danger, someone's outside, something's going on, something's happening. You know, I'll bring a knife, or I'll bring a broom, or I'll bring a stick, or, you know, something that's a weapon, right? Guess what the man brings?
He brought out a shoe.
That you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
What's good, everyone? You already know the vibes. It's your boy Sly back at it again with another video. And as you can see by the title, in this video I'll be doing a story time about how
I almost died. Yeah, I know.
it's actually like, look, thinking back about it now, I'm like, oh, like it's kind of like not funny, but I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I went through that. But yeah, if you're ready to listen to how I almost died, stay tuned. So basically how all this started was I was in grade 11 and this was in 2016, and I was doing co-op at a bank. I was doing at BMO Bank downtown, like the big BMO Bank downtown. I was the only person like in my grade, I think I was one of the only people in my grade at that time that got paid from co-op, because everybody else that did co-op, they never got paid from it. But since I worked in the bank, I got paid from it. Like I got $20 a day, which was $100 a week, which wasn't even bad, you know, so I wasn't even complaining about it. Like, it was actually a really good co-op position. It was a great job. I did very well, you know. It was winter time, and I decided, I remember the morning of, I was like, should I wear my winter jacket or should I wear my leather jacket? I'm like, nah, let me wear my winter jacket because, you know, it's gonna be a little more brisk outside. So I decided to wear my winter jacket. So I went to co-op, you know, the whole day, whatever. It takes me like an hour and a half to get there, and then it takes me like an hour and a half to come back home. And you know how in the winter time it gets dark by literally 4 o'clock? Yeah, I leave in the morning when it's dark and I come back home when it's dark. So I went to co-op, whatever, had my whole day, whatever, and then it's time for me to come home. I reached the station where I take another transit to get to my house. So I took that transit, whatever, and I was fine. I was cooling, chilling, vibing. I was listening to my music, and then I got off at a specific stop. The stop I usually got off was it's a park, and I just cut through the park, and then I like go off to my street or whatever. So as soon as I got off, the parks are basically, there's one park on here on this side and then one park on this side. So I got off here and I went this way. So I went to the park on this side. I got off, and then as soon as I get off, I noticed some guy like not near me, but like he's in the distance. So I'm like, okay, you know, maybe he's just taking late night stroll in the park. I'm like, whatever. So I cross the street, I'm walking, I'm listening to my music, I'm walking. And then as soon as I walk, I turn around, and the same guy that I seen like far away, he's like right, like literally like a few meters behind me. So I'm like, okay. So I start walking even quicker because I'm like,
Yo, what's going on?
So I started walking even quicker, and then he's walking even quicker. So I'm walking even quicker. I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to, you know, get in trouble and shit. So I'm walking quicker. So as soon as I leave the park, there's 2 ways. So you can either go straight or you can turn left. I had to turn left to turn right into my street. So I had to go this way, then this way. So I turned left, and then he continued straight. So I'm like, okay, maybe he wasn't even following me. Maybe I'm just tripping. So I turn left, I'm walking, and then I turn around again. He walks back to go left to where I'm going. So I'm like, okay. So I start speed walking even faster. I'm finally on my street, and my street is basically like a roundabout type of thing. So you can go this way, go that way, and come back to that same road. So I'm walking, and then I turn around again.
He's running.
I start bolting. I'm like this, running. I'm yelling for help because I don't know what this man's capable of. I'm running, yelling for help, yelling for help. I'm running. I couldn't get to my house in time, so I went to my neighbor's house, and I'm running, bang on the door. I'm like, yo, come help me, someone's after me. They see me, they look, turn off the lights, close the door. So now I'm screwed. So then the man finally catches up to me. He caught up to me. He grabbed me by my shoulder, and he had a knife. He had a knife in his hand, and he kept stabbing me. Like, he was actually like full on stabbing. Like, you know those small sharp kitchen knives? Like, he used that, but he kept stabbing me like to my chest. And I was like, and he's like,
don't give me all the money you have, don't give me all the money you have.
And I was like, shit, what money do I have? What money do I have?
My dumbass gave the man $1.
I gave him $1. That's all the money I had. Like, I only had $1. And then he's like, yo, give me all the money. He's like, and I had my earphones in at that time, listening to music, and he's like,
oh, give me your earphone, give me your phone.
And this was the second phone I've had, because the first phone, I lost it, and I got in big trouble because of that. So I'm like, nah, you can't take my phone. Like, he's not jacking my phone. So I was like,
oh, no, it's not connected to anything. It's not connected to anything. I just have it there just to have it there.
After that, I like let go of him, and I run to my house because I was at my neighbor's house at the time. So I run to my house. As soon as I run to my house, I'm trying to look for my keys.
I'm like scrambling, like, yo, where's my keys? Yo, where are these keys? I need to get inside my house. I need to get inside my house.
I couldn't find my keys. This was like, I think that was just a bad part on me, that I didn't have my keys in my pocket as soon as I leave the transit to go to my house. So that was a bad part of me. I learned from that. I couldn't find my keys. He caught up to me again. This is right in front of my house now, like right on my doorstep. So he's like, yo, give me your money. He's like, yo, give me, and then he tried to take my bag, right? And in my bag, before I got home at the station, I bought $40 worth of bus tickets because I had to buy $20 worth for me and $20 worth for my brother at that time. And my parents gave me money, and if I lost that, I would have been in trouble. I would have been in so much shit right now, you know? So I'm like, nah, he can't take this back. Like, we were having a whole tug of war. We're having a tug of war. Mind you, the knife is still in his hand, and he's like holding onto my bag, and I'm holding onto my bag. Like, we're having a whole tug of war type of thing. My dad hears, and he's like,
Oh, sister, what's going on down there? What are you doing?
I'm like, Daddy, come help me. He comes down. The man, he's like, I'm like, Daddy, come help me. He comes down the stairs. He
Falls down the stairs.
And then as soon as he come outside, instead of him, you know, he knows that his son's in danger, someone's outside, something's going on, something's happening. You know, I'll bring a knife, or I'll bring a broom, or I'll bring a stick, or, you know, something that's a weapon, right? Guess what the man brings?
He brought out a shoe.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
He brought out a whole shoe, and I was like, no way, did this man really bring out a shoe when he knows his son's in danger? So if you watched the video this far, thank you so much for watching. Have you subscribed? Have you liked this video? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn your post notifications on. I was like, okay. So then as soon as he comes outside, he brings out the shoe like this, like he knows, he's like this. The man runs, right? The man runs, he drops my bag, he runs. And then as soon as he runs, as I said, the knife was in his hand, right? He slit my thumb and my middle finger. So like, as soon as he like bolted, he like did that to my hand. And I was like, I was bawling.
I was like, my fingers. I'm like, yo, I can see bone. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, chill.
I was like bawling, like that shit hurt, like it actually hurt. And then my dad, hear him again. He has the shoe in his hand. This man, he's taller than me. So like when I was running, even though my legs are long and I can run really fast, he's taller than me. His legs are even longer, so his jump, like his run is like two steps of mine. And he bolted, and my dad tried to get him with the shoe. He couldn't get him. He went to literally the end of the driveway, out of breath. I was like, okay. Like in my head, I was actually so pissed off that he even brought a shoe in the whole thing. Like, you know your son's in danger and you bring out a shoe. What the hell? So I was bawling. He brought me inside. He's like, stop crying.
I'm like, how can I stop crying? I'm like, yo, do you see my fingers? Like, yo, my
thumb was bad. My thumb, I saw my bone, and that's why like I started like feeling dizzy a little bit because I saw my bone. Like my thumb was so deep. And he's like, stop crying. I'm like, how can I stop crying? My thumb is cut, my middle finger is cut, everything's cut. And then after, my mom comes home, and there's a whole pool of blood in the right in the front when you open the door because of my blood. And she's like,
What's going on? What blood is this? What happened? Do we need to call 911?
I was crying, I was bawling. I couldn't even say what happened. I was so traumatized. I was even shaking and looking. I was like I was shaking, right? Because I was holding onto my hand like this, and I was just holding, like I was just shaking at the same time. And then she called 911. Ambulance came, whatever, and then they rushed me to the hospital. I had to get stitches. When I tell you guys, the stitches alone, the worst pain you can ever experience. And they didn't give me no, you know, what's it called? What is that called? Is that morphine or something? I don't know what it's called, but that thing that freezes it so you don't feel it that much. They didn't give me none of that because it was too close to my bone. They're like, they can't give me none of that. So I had to literally like endure the pain of the stitches. And these were the stitches that they weren't the stitches that melt into your skin. They were the stitches that you have to remove after when the skin is healed. So they stitched it. I was bawling, like, y'all, the pain, I can still remember it. Like, the pain is so bad. Like, it's actually so bad. So then they put the stitches in, you know. After they put it in, I couldn't go to co-op. Like, after they put the stitches in, I went back home, I relaxed, like I was laying down in bed. Like, I was still like shaken up about the whole situation. The next day, and I call my boss at co-op. I'm like,
hey, yeah, I can't come to club today, or for the rest of the week, or 2 weeks, because, you know, something traumatic happened to me. I almost got robbed, almost died, and I just can't come to work.
and then she's like, oh really, take your time. She's like,
Yeah, take your time. You know, you need time to heal. This was a traumatic experience you experienced last night. You know, take your time.
So I took my time. I didn't leave my house dead ass for like 2 weeks. I didn't leave my house at all. Like I just couldn't. I was so traumatized. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to interact with anyone. Like I literally self-isolated myself because I was literally so traumatized of the whole situation, what happened. Like I almost died. And mind you, throughout the whole thing, like when after this whole thing happened, I looked back at my jacket that I wore. Like thank goodness I wore my thick winter jacket because he was full on stabbing. Like he's like joking me, you know. And when I look back at the jacket, like I look back, it was full on like ripped to the stuffing inside the jacket. So I was like, thank goodness I wore that, because if I wore my thin leather jacket, who knows if I would even be here to tell the story today, you know. So I didn't leave my house at all. I just self-isolated. I didn't want to talk to anyone at the time. When I was in co-op, I couldn't go. You know, when you have co-op and you have to go back to your school every 2 weeks, you know, to go back to your school to ask them how you're doing in co-op. That never happened with me because my co-op, I wasn't allowed to go back to school after 2 weeks. So none of my friends, like even when I started co-op, none of my friends saw me. None of them were able, like we were just like, I was just able to text my friends, call my friends, but they never saw me face to face after I started co-op. So I didn't leave my house. I was so traumatized. The next week, I decided to go to KFC. So I'm like, let me just walk to KFC. Let me take a little stroll to KFC because I was actually craving KFC. I'm like, you know, I'm craving it. So I went to KFC, walking to KFC. I get to KFC and then I order. And then while I'm waiting for my order, I look to my left.
And Mr. Guy.
And I'm like, I look like this and he looks like this. That I was looking like this way, but I can see like through my peripheral lenses that he's looking at me, like he's trying to recognize me, but I'm still like this, right? So then I get my food, I leave, I like full on walk, like I'm walking home, like I'm bolting home. At the time, my phone, I think my parents took my phone or something because they didn't want me to talk to anyone or something. So I was like walking home, like speed walking. I look back.
He's right. That's right behind me. I'm like, oh, hell no, this is not happening again in broad daylight.
It's not even nighttime, this is broad daylight. So I'm like, nah. So I started bolting home. I bolted home, and I just like full on broke down in my house because I'm like, yo, I literally saw the guy. Like I could have called the cops, like even when I went home, but I just didn't want to, like, I know for a fact, like after the whole thing happened, the police came and everything, did an investigation, like what happened. I told them everything that happened. They said that, yeah, we're gonna find out who did it. I know for a fact they looked one day, they couldn't find him. Okay, case closed, it's done, because that's how it is, they don't care. So I was like, okay, this happened, like, and then I told my parents what happened, and then like, okay, it's good that you're okay, it's good what you did, whatever. It took me like a month to get over it. I was able to go back outside. I wasn't like fearful of me being outside in public and everything, but then I knew that I have to be more aware of my surroundings. I had to always have my keys. Like if I'm leaving the bus, I need to have my keys in my pocket. Like I don't need to have it in my bag, so when I need to look in my bag for my keys, because you need to think fast in situations like that, you know. And I thought fast, but I wasn't prepared for it, you know. I wasn't expecting it. After that, it was semi-formal. Now I went to semi-formal. It was like, I think it was a month, like not a month later, I think it was like the next week that I went to semi-formal. And when I went, I had bandages like all on my hands and stuff, and my stitches and stuff, and I haven't seen my friends since like the beginning of the school year. So then they're all like,
well, sister, we haven't seen you since the beginning of school, you know, what's happening with co-op, this and that.
I'm telling them everything what happened with co-op, and then my hands are on the table and they're looking, they're like, oh sister, what happened with your hands? I'm like,
yeah, guys, I almost died.
And they're all like, what? You almost died? I don't believe you. I'm like, nah, I actually almost died. And like, what happened? So then I told them what happened. They're like, oh, this happened to you? Oh my gosh, are you okay? This and that. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay now. But at the time, I wasn't okay. Like, I actually just wasn't okay. Like, I wasn't feeling my best. That's why, like, I was off social media for the longest time. And I was like, they're like, oh wow, thank goodness you made it. This and that. I'm like, yeah, you know, thank goodness I did. You know, it is what it is. And I just, you know, from then on, I realized that, okay, you need to be more aware of your surroundings, and you just need to be more cautious when you're outside. Like, you don't need to be walking in the nighttime in a park. Like, are you stupid? Like, that was a dumb of me, but like, it was like, at the time I didn't know better. I was in grade 11, but like, I should have had more sense back then, but I clearly didn't. But yeah, that's the story of me almost getting killed. That will be the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. And also comment down below what other story times or what other videos you guys would like to see from me and to see in this channel. And I'll surely do them for you. And I'll see you guys in my next upload.